as you get closer to finishing this off, you want to make sure that you go up to the layers and you want to find your clip art layer, the one that had your reference photo on it, and hide it. So turn the eyeball off, and then you want to just kind of finish it without it showing from underneath so that you can really see how you're rendering it. And so what you would do after you turn off that eyeball, you would kind of minimize the screen a little bit so that you can see everything. And then you would find your original reference photo. So you go to your files, scroll down until you find it, wherever that might be, and then open that up. And then just keep this off to the right-hand side while you review and really look and see, do you have it light enough in the lightest areas, dark enough in the darkest areas? Do you have the same transitions of values? And so when I look at this, I notice here on the finger, this is kind of an abrupt transition. It doesn't just fade subtly from this to this. And so when I look here, I do have more of a subtle fade. So those are things that I would go back and I'd fix and say, okay, it's not that subtle of a fade. I need to make it more of a sharp fade. Once you've done all of your touch-ups, then you go close out of that other image, and then you go to save it. Now, saving it, this is the most frustrating part of this whole entire program, and you might have to just try several different times to save it in case it shuts down. There are so many layers. I have like 1,000 layers on here. And so to help the system while you're trying to save it, we're going to group all of the layers together. So right now when you look at them, you notice how we have a ton of them, and I could scroll down and keep scrolling down. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to the select tool. Oh, before we do that, we're going to crop it. We're going to crop out any weird things that might be falling outside of these edges. And so I'm going to just overcrop instead of undercrop. We don't want to have any of that gray background in there. And then hit enter. And then we're going to go to the select tool, hit the 3 dots, select all, and then you'll notice that they're all highlighted over here once this opens up. And then I'm going to go up here where it says group, and it's not over there, it's right here on this file folder, and hit group and be patient. Okay, and if you're really struggling, you might want to close out of other windows, make sure that those aren't there. But now that it's all grouped together, it's going to have an easier time of saving it. If that doesn't work, you can merge it, and I'll go over that. But for now, we always want to try the easiest things first. So you're going to click on Export, and then the program is really going to slow down when I do this. So let me get out of my Gmail account. Let me get out of the classwork tab. Let me get out of all of these things. And my drive. All right, back to here. So then I'm going to go to download, and I want to choose the highest quality, either JPEG or PNG, either one, it doesn't really matter. But we'll try 300 first. If it freezes, then we can go to 150 or 72. So we'll try 300. I click download. And that took quite a long time. So you have to really just sit there and be patient. And I still need to be patient because it's still not done. You'll know it's done downloading when a box pops up. The download is complete. I'm going to double check it. I'm going to go and show in folder. And then when you're trying to open up a PNG, you want to right click or 2-finger click and go open with. And you want to open it up with the gallery. And you're double checking to make sure that all the layers are going to be there. Just be patient. Let me try it again. Maybe it wasn't completely done downloading. So open with, gallery. I don't know. Let's see. Let me show you one that I had downloaded that only half saved, so you know what I talk about when it didn't save right. I think my whole computer is just going slow right now. So I'm going to click on it, I'm going to open it, double check, make sure it's okay. Oops, I don't want it to open with whatever that is. So you're going to right click or 2-finger touch, open with gallery. And it looks like every layer is there that I put on there. I'm going to try to find one where this one was half saved. Let's see if I can get this one to open. It's going super slow. Okay, so here's one that half saved. When I tried saving it, it looked like the other one, but then half my layers were missing, and that's because they weren't grouped. So that's why you want to do that. Now let's say that you opened yours up and it still looked like this. It didn't have all the layers. There's one more step that you would go back and do, and that's, remember, these are all grouped together in the same folder. Over here, you would either 2-finger touch, or you'd right click. I have to do the 2-finger touch because I don't have a mouse. And then you would click on merge, and then you would go and you would save the files. The problem with this is if you want to come back and work with the layers, they will no longer be separate layers. And so after you click merge and you save it and double check that it saved right, you come back to this program and hit Control-Z until they're all unmerged. And you'll know they're unmerged because then you would see them here. When they're merged, this will be one single clip art layer. So I'll do that for you if this step is necessary for you. So I would go to merge, and it's going to take time. And when you look over here, it's one single layer. And then you would just go save as a PNG or JPEG at 300 dpi, and then everything will work fine for you. Now, after you save it, you would want to, if you want these working layers, because if you got a C and you wanted to get a higher grade and you wanted to bring back that reference photo on the bottom, you can't do that if they're all like merged together into one little single layer. So you come back and you would go Control-Z. So I would do this before I would shut my computer down for the day. And I'm seeing my layers and I keep hitting Control-Z until now it's no longer a clip art layer, so I'm good with that. And then I would just leave it like this in the program in case I needed to come back to it. To turn this into Google Classroom, you're going to go to your layer or your image that you downloaded, and this is what you're going to submit to me in Google Classroom for a grade. And so what you're going to do is you can either drag and drop this into Drive or just know where it's at. It's in the download folder. So you go to the assignment, you click on the paperclip, and you attach this file and then submit it. And that's it for this project.